film, but this is Obadiah talking about Edom. It says, the vision of Obadiah, thus saith the Lord concerning Edom. All right, so this is a future prophecy about Edom. So let's see who fits this description. All right. Concerning Edom, we have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her, Edom, in battle. So Edom was prophesied that other nations were going to come against her in battle and fight the so-called Edomites. All right. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. They're greatly despised of all the nations of the planet. They're the most hated. All right. How many people are in China? Billions. How many people in India? Billions. If you had all the Arab nations together, around billions. Niggas and Latinos and Native Americans, we're in the billions. Okay. You call them count up white man. They had a report that came out just a couple weeks ago that this for the first time in history, the last couple of years, white deaths have surpassed the number of white births. You know what I'm saying? That's prophecy being fulfilled. Then it says, the pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. Let's see. Caucasus Mountains, where they're from? South of Russia, Georgia is modern day Georgia. Got some Caucasus Mountains, clefts of the rocks. What did white man build to this day? I can see one right here, Sears Tower. What is the Sears Tower made of? Steel and what? Concrete, rock. They still live in the clefts of the rock to this day. Whose habitation is high? Who they live in high rises. Bang. That saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? America ain't gonna never fall. We always gonna have the best superpower. We gonna be the greatest. We always gonna be the best. That's their ideology. Now this is the proof. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle. What's the mascot of America? What? An eagle. What's on the dollar? What's in the Oval Office? What's on top of the flag? An eagle. All right, that's their mascot. And though thou set thy nest among the stars. Ooh, they set a nest among stars. Who went out of space? Who went out? Not only went out of space, but got a space station. Satellites. And constantly sending so-called probes and so-called stuff all the way out into the stars. He said, now, they didn't do this until the 60s. He said, though thou set thy nest upon the stars, he said, Edom does that. Thence will I bring thee down. Did they not try to send a ship and the ship came down? Then they blow up. And they never hit the moon, by the way, because the moon has its own light. And if you have a total dark sky and it's a new moon, you'll still see the silhouette of the moon, even in darkness. If you can see it, that means it's illuminated. If it's illuminated, it means there's light. And then, anyway, screw all that. They couldn't get past, I think, the Kuiper Belt because of the radiation, so they wouldn't have made it there no way. And bottom line is, they set their nest out in the stars by trying to go out there, go and ruin the skies with these airplanes. This is what they do. That's what they've done. He said the Edomites did it. And he says, then he goes on further to break down their character. And this is where it just started hitting home runs after home runs. Because I already closed the book and turned around and say, you know, and I do my strut. But I'm going to keep going. If thieves came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would not they have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? When the white man, no, if I come and rob you, brother, I'm taking the flat screen TV, I'm taking any computer thing I can find, any jewelry I can find, I'm take that and I'm gone. When white man come rob you, he take the whole house. And you too. He said, yeah, they steal till they get enough. He said, the Edomites, no, they steal until they get everything. Then to go back to Job 9:24, it says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. And he covers the face of the nations thereof. He covers he covers everything. He covers the faces of the judges thereof, which is the so-called Hebrew Israelites, which is really Yasharallah. All right? And he covered our faces, not telling us the truth. So if the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, who's running the earth today? The so-called white man. Whoever in the last people in time he calls modern day Babylon, Babylon the Great, that you're going to fall in Revelation. He said Babylon has fallen. And Psalms, he calls Babylon Edom. ancient Babylon, they're the descendants of, they have their style, their era, their motive, their mode, their culture. All right. Then it says, how are the things of Esau searched out? They let you know it's Esau. Esau, when you go back to Genesis, the 25th chapter, he said he came out red all over like a hairy garment. There's only one group of people on this planet who is red. Their necks are red, their face is red, and you piss them off, they get beat red. All right? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. All right, I'm going to jump down. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and understanding out of the mount of Esau? Why? Verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Let's see what violence this is. And the day that thou stoodest on the other side, and the day that the strangers carried away captive his forces, and foreigners entered into his gates, and cast lots upon Jerusalem, even thou wast one of them. Let's go back into history. Let's go back to the history books, and let's see, how did Jerusalem, Israel, fall? It fell in 70 AD. It fell a couple times before then in the captivity, but the last one in 70 AD was by the hand of the so-called Romans, General Titus and his son. They went in there and they sacked Jerusalem and they took it down. And ever since 70 AD, our kingdom has been gone. Who are the Romans? White man. Bam! They Edomites have took and cast them down. But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother and the day that he became a stranger. How did we become strangers? How do we start calling ourselves Gentiles? Why do we call ourselves strangers and estranged from Israel? Because once you take someone out of their native land and remove them from their heritage, they're going to learn a whole new heritage, a whole new way that is not their original way, making them strange to their original way. Which is why we were the Gentiles in the New Testament when they talk about Paul as a preacher to the Gentiles. Because they were following Greek ways, they were following Roman ways, they were following other culture ways because they didn't know their own culture. Just like today, my people every single where is not following their ways of the Most High. They follow the ways of this white man, this China man, this Asian man, this other culture, and they're not doing the things that they're supposed to do to this day. And it's right here in the scriptures. But the Edomites are the white man, and they're wicked. And the Most High said they have a perpetual hatred toward the Israelites. And there's only one group of people on the planet has been a thorn in our side since the beginning of time, since Esau and Jacob, and even before then. I'm not going to go get too deep because I'm keeping it simple. But it's that so-called white man. And may the Most High destroy him, as King David said, I hate them with a perfect hatred. I hate them. I hate all wickedness. I hate wicked niggas too. You're a nigga and you refuse to follow the law, statutes, commandments. You refuse to love your God with all your mind, heart, and soul. I hate you too. Because the scripture says, hate the evil and love the good. If you want to commit evil, because evil by itself don't do nothing. A person commits evil. Just like a gun don't shoot nobody, a person shoots somebody. So I'm going to hate the evil and I'm going to love the good. Just like the scriptures say, and I'm going to blast it. And I'm going to prove it through the scriptures. Because this, man, the Bible in 4,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago, because even before that I can say 15,000 years ago, because it was orally transmitted before. It was passed down orally, the law, statutes, commandments. Adam had the law. Otherwise, why did Cain get imputed with sin? He knew the law. How did he know the law? Because Adam told him. Who told Adam? The Most High. Why? Because he walked with the Most High daily. The law was given from the beginning. And it was written eventually. And even 4,000, 5,000 years ago when it was written, it was prophesied that one nation was going to be taken to another nation and sold off of slave ships. Now one nation on the planet can say that their entire nation got sold into another nation in slave ships. And then you go back into the history to see who did it. It was the white man. And the scripture said it would be Edom who would do this thing. So Edom is the white man. And fuck Edomites. And made Most High give them.
Since you said that, let's say if the white man never did this, just hypothetically, let's look at this. I know this may be hard for you to grasp.
I mean, you're dealing with hypotheticals. I mean, I'll play with you for a minute.
I think on every side, let's say that black men or white men don't exist. Let's say only Koreans are the only ones on the planet. I know it's taking your mind.
No, I mean, but it's not true. But I'm hypothetically speaking. I'm playing with you. Go ahead.
I'm listening. Go ahead. A rational thing